Hi, I'm Kyle Carlin, and this is my presentation on gifts for students and staff. Um, First of all, the types of gifts that are appropriate for students are incentives for fundraisers and incentives for special achievements. Most other gifts would be considered inappropriate to give to students and would generally come from inappropriate funds if you were giving them. There are some stipulations around incentives for fundraisers and incentives for special achievements that I'll go into next. As far as gifts for fundraisers, the gift should not interfere with funds that are being raised. So while you might have one big gift, you have to consider how much money are you planning on raising and making sure that it's not more than about 5% of the total funds that are raised. That way you're not kind of counteracting the whole purpose of the fundraiser. Gifts should also be for those who helped raise the money. So if one organization or one group of students, one grade level of students raised the money, then gifts should only be used from that money to, or gifts should only be provided to those who raised that money, who are a part of those groups. Generally, there's some stipulations on it. You sell a certain number of items, you get this gift, or if you were the top seller, or if you met some other criteria within that fundraiser, that you might get a certain gift of a certain type. As far as for special achievements, the gift should be nominal. They really shouldn't be a large sum. That way you can't get into any issues of impropriety or making where the gifts become more distracting and more of a problem. Gifts should be for those who met the specific achievement. So if you're giving it for perfect attendance or all A's or whatever your achievement is, make sure that you're holding that standard. That way the gifts are being are truly conveying the meaning that you think they're conveying. And also, if you give a gift to somebody who didn't meet that achievement, it can look like there's some impropriety going on. And then gifts should be purchased with appropriate funds. You should, just like with any of the other things we've talked about in this class, the gifts should be purchased by funds that are designated for that time. So if there's something that you're getting gifts for some athletic achievements, that should come from the athletic fund as opposed to student council or other funds that might be available. That just ensures that there's proper accounting going on and ensures that the money is being used as it was intended to be. In addition to gifts for students, we also need to consider gifts for staff. Again, the gifts should be nominal. They shouldn't be anything more than about $20 to $25 in the case of some of these things, but really should be as small as possible to meet the goal that you're trying to achieve. Gifts for staff, again, should be purchased with funds that staff were involved with raising. That might be with the big fundraiser. Maybe there's a staff part where staff are selling items as well, and maybe there's an incentive for the staff member who sells the most or the most of a certain item, different things like that. Or it should be from funds that were specifically gathered for this purpose, such as a social fund, which is often used for life events and those kind of things for others who have contributed to that social fund. Usually these gifts are reserved for life events such as marriage, birth of a child, retirement gifts, those kind of things. And when we're giving gifts to staff, we really should not give cash or cash equivalent. Otherwise, it has to go onto their W-2 and has to be reported to the IRS because it's considered a part of their wages. And so we want to try and avoid that and avoid any accounting issues and other tax burdens that might come with those gifts. The other type of fundraising that sometimes schools get involved with are when there are catastrophic events in the community. The school will sometimes, especially in small communities, but even in larger communities, depending on how much the event affects the school or is connected with the school, schools often become involved with fundraising for things like if there's a family that lost their home to a fire, or if there's a major injury or illness, or other catastrophic events that happen in the community. Schools sometimes get where they're supporting a fundraiser or helping organize a fundraiser, maybe even providing a location for them to do like a chili feed or something like that. Schools should encourage that these fundraisers be sponsored by a parent group or a local bank, and a local bank to manage the fund accounts, because processing this through the school accounts can cause problems with payroll and accountability, and we just want to make sure that we're handling things appropriately. Ultimately, I felt like the information on gift giving was pretty straightforward. Make sure that gifts are an appropriate size, make sure that the funds that we're using were actually intended for the purpose of those gifts, and then always keep in mind kind of some of the accountability that comes with cash cash gifts, as well as some of those bigger fundraisers that take place for members of our community. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.